How you doing? I'm Darren with Kickin Barbecue. If this is your first time to the channel, then welcome. If you've been here before, then welcome back. Today, we are going to be talking about the one tool that I believe can help you up your barbecue game tremendously and help you produce quality products every time you cook, and that is an instant read thermometer. I get this question all the time. What tools do I use? What gadgets do I use? And to be honest with you, my main go-to is an instant read thermometer. That's pretty much all I use. I don't use a ton of leave-in probes, maybe a meter or a ThermoWorks smoke or something like that, but most of the time, I always just have an instant read thermometer on me and I'm checking it and going off of that, and I have perfect results every single time. So I have a few different instant read thermometers here, and we're gonna go through them and see how they do. We're starting with a little bit more of a budget-friendly one, and then we'll work our way up to more of the high-level ones, which I would recommend if you can afford. So let's bring you in and show you these different thermometers we have. We'll run the ice water test, and I'll let you decide which one you think is best, and I'm gonna give you my opinion, and it's probably going to surprise you. All right, so first on our list is the ThermoWorks ThermoPop 2. This is our budget model. It comes in at $35. It has a 1 1/4 inch auto rotating display. You can see that. It does have a backlight on there, and this has a high accuracy with a plus/minus of 1 degree Fahrenheit. It's waterproof and it's NFS certified. It's a great little thermometer. You know, I have the ThermoPop 2. I also have some of the original ThermoPops, a little bit smaller, but you know, if I'm just cooking in my kitchen and I'm in a controlled environment and I just need something quick, you know, a lot of times I'll grab this. I just got this as kind of a spare to keep in my competition box, but it's a great little thermometer. It's not as heavy duty as the other ones we're gonna be looking at on here, but all in all, is a pretty great thermometer. The backlit display on there is decent. You know, you can see it right there. It's not as good as some of the others we're gonna see, but all in all, if you're looking for a good thermometer on a budget, $35. And to be honest, a lot of the other ones that are out there that are lower quality are not that good. If I was gonna get a cheaper instant read thermometer, this would probably be the one. All right, next up on the list is the ThermoWorks ThermoPen MK4. Now, they do not even make this one anymore, which is unfortunate, because for a long time, this was my favorite thermometer. The ThermoPen One, which we're gonna look at next, has since replaced this, and this is a great thermometer. It's kind of the gold standard for thermometers, and a lot of people have, you know, used these over the year, myself included. This is the one I keep in my comp box. This is the one I've used for every competition. It runs off of a single AAA battery, which you can replace. This is another MK4 here. I had some issues with this one. It wouldn't turn off whenever I close this. You can see this one is turned off, and when I open it, it turns back on. This also has a backlit display on it, but for whatever reason, this one, whenever I closed it, it just stayed on. So the first time that I've ever had a ThermoPen battery die on me, I've had this one for 4 or 5 years now, and the battery's still going strong. But yeah, this one died, and it's not that old, and it's kind of a bummer. I need to send it in and hopefully they can take care of it and fix it, because I really do prefer the MK4s. But like I said, you can't buy them anymore. So if you have one or you're able to get your hands on one, you know, this is kind of, like I said, the gold standard. Now the probe length is 4.5 inches here. They say that one AAA battery, it'll run for about 3,000 hours is the battery life. And you know, it's just a good heavy duty thermometer, and I really liked it. I wish they would have kept up with these ones, but they brought out the ThermoPen One, which we're going to look at next. All right, so this is the ThermoPen One. You can see it looks very similar to the MK4. However, they're claiming that you can get 1 second readings on these. I don't find that to be true. And the thing I don't like about this one really is it kind of counts up like that, but it's very slow. I mean, this is not a 1 second reading. It's not done reading. It's still going. So that's the one thing I don't like about this, is it takes forever to count up. It's accurate, I'll give it that. It just feels a little bit lighter than the MK4. You can see a little bit of variation here. You got kind of a lip right here, whereas here it's more of a hard curve. But all in all, they're very similar. They have the rotating displays. They do their job. I just, for whatever reason, I can't get into the ThermoPen Ones. I don't know why. This one also has a brighter backlight than this one, and that is prevalent when you use it. It's supposed to be more accurate with a spec of plus/minus 0.5 degrees Fahrenheit. And like, again, I said, it claims that it can have temperature readings in 1 second. It does have a 5-year warranty, so that's nice. However, like I said, I really like the MK4s. Next up, we have, which is probably my new favorite thermometer. This is the Typhur InstaProbe, and I mean, this thing is lightning quick. Look at that. It is just, it's super quick. It's very accurate. It feels good. It's durable. It's magnetic right here, and that's one thing I should mention is none of these are magnetized. So I really like that I can just put this on the side, a safe spot on the cooker, put it on my fridge. It's always there. Put it on my stove. This is a fantastic thermometer. I've really enjoyed using it. Now they are claiming that this is powered by DCTI technology, which is direct contact thermocouple integration. And they are saying that you can get a plus minus 5 degree Fahrenheit reading within 0.75 seconds, so a little under a second, which is awesome. It's super accurate. It's just as accurate as the ThermoWorks. It's NIST certified, accurate within plus minus 0.5 degrees. It has an exclusive 7-point calibration system on it. It's also IP67 waterproof. There are very few handheld probes on the market that are truly IP67 waterproof rated, which is the industry leading rating. This means that the probe is 100% protected from dust and will always be easy to clean and remain food safe. So you can run this underwater, no big deal. I love the big bright display on here. It's so much easier on the eyes compared to the MK4. I also think it's just very sleek and just a very nice thermometer. You see it shuts off there as soon as you close it, open it up, and she is ready to rock. Like I said, I've really enjoyed using this, and this is actually going in my competition pack, and I'm gonna be running this at competitions this year. And I'm also going to have a few more videos showcasing this thermometer over the next few weeks. So be sure to check that out. Now, I've kind of said what I didn't like about all of these thermometers. There's a few things, you know, this one, not built as well, you know, just kind of a cheaper feel to it. The MK4, my favorite, no magnet on there, so you really have to kind of keep track of it. Kind of a lighter backlit display. The ThermoPen Ones, I don't like the count up feature on there. It just really is super slow, and it's not 1 second. You know, I've tested it. It isn't. The one thing that I would change about this Typhur InstaProbe is if you look at the ThermoPens right here, you can see they're in. It's not going to be catching anything in your pocket. You don't have to worry about getting stabbed by your probe, which has happened to me. It doesn't feel good. On the Typhur, it's right there, so you're able to catch it if you're not careful. If you're putting it in your pocket like this and it catches, you run the risk of breaking it. If you put it in your pocket like this, you're okay. But like I said, it has a magnet, so you really don't have to worry about it. That's just the one thing that I think I would like to see different on here is a little bit of a rubber piece that this can go into just to protect the tip, because you don't want to run the risk of ruining that. So that being said, let's go ahead and test these out with the ice water. All right, so just so you can get an idea of how these thermometers work and their speed, we're going to do the water test. Now, I've had this water sitting here for a little bit while we've been filming, so it's probably not gonna be the true water test, but this is just to demonstrate the speed on these thermometers. So starting off, we're gonna go with the Thermopop 2. Now, this is the budget one, $35. So we'll go ahead and just give this a spin, just to make sure everything's mixed in there nice. Wipe it off, and we're gonna go in with it. You can see there, 36.4 degrees. Pretty decent, bouncing around a little bit there, 36.4, 36.5. But again, just so you can see, pretty decent speed on that, especially for $35. Now I will say it's not as quick as some of the other ones here, so if that's what you're looking for, is just something that you can take your time with and get a decent reading on, you know, this might be a way you wanna go. That being said, when I cook, I like to get in, I like to get out. I don't like to let a lot of heat out of the cookers, especially when I'm cooking competitions. Get in, get out, get on with my business. So again, it's feasible, but I prefer it to be a little bit quicker. So that's just something to think about. Next up, we are going with the ThermoWorks MK4. Remember, this is the one that they don't make anymore, but you're gonna see why I like this here. Just like that, we have a nice reading. 35 degrees. Now you don't have the decimal after, but that's okay. It's a nice quick reading. Again, just so you can see, we have our reading 35, 36 degrees. It's good. It is what it is. It's quick, it's accurate. I really like this thermometer. Now we're gonna go with the ThermoWorks One, and this is the one that I'm not a huge fan of, and you're going to see why here, because it does take a while to count up. So let's go in. You can see it counting. Hopefully you can see that, but we just hit 35 degrees. Now you can't tell me that that is a second. I'd argue that the MK4 is quicker. Now, could I have a default one of these? Sure, but I have another one and it's the same way. Takes quite a while to count up, and we're just gonna do it again here. There we go, 36 degrees. So not a second, I'm not buying that, but you know what, it gets the job done. It's still pretty quick. And now we are going to jump into the Typhur InstaProbe, and you're gonna see why I like this here. We're gonna go in and look at that. 36.1, 35.9. I mean, it is just solid in there. We'll do it one more time here. In, and look at that, you have the reading. It's almost instantaneous. And just so you can get an idea here, we'll try and do both of these together. Typhur's done, and the ThermoPen is still counting down. So, like I said, I mean, it is just bang. Got your temp, you're out. I really like this thermometer. It's very sleek. I love that it's magnetic. Like I said, the only thing I would change on it is just this one piece right here. And you know, the backlit screen on here is just fantastic. It doesn't go off like the ThermoPen One does. I mean, this one goes off. You know, look, I mean, you could see it's just taking a while to count down. And it eventually gets there, but I'd argue that it's just not as quick as the MK4, and it's certainly not as quick as the Typhur. So that is why I've been enjoying this thermometer so much lately. You can kind of make your decision as to which one you like. Like I said, this one's $35. The MK4 was $100. The ThermoPen One, I believe, is $100. You can catch them on sale. The Typhur Instant Read is $109, but through May 10th, this is gonna be on sale for $99. So I'll have a link down below. You can go and check out all of these, and including this Typhur that I really like, and I get that it is a pretty penny to pay for a thermometer, but you know what? For me, it's completely worth it. I cook almost every single day, for sure every weekend. I do competitions. Temperature is important to me. I want to have a quality thermometer, and that's why this one is getting thrown into my comp bag and going to competitions with me this year. And I really, really enjoy this thermometer, and I think you would too. So I'm gonna bring you out, give you my final thoughts, and we'll end this video. All right, guys, so that is the one tool that I would recommend to anyone to up their game, is a quality instant read thermometer. Now, I know you can get some cheap ones on Amazon, and when I first started cooking, I went through tons of them. They got some cheap $10 ones, some $15 ones, but you truly get what you pay for. Like I said, I've had this MK4 for 5 years now. I use it all the time. I've had this Typhur for over a month now. I use it almost every day. I really like it, and I'm trying to put it through its paces to see if it actually can dethrone the ThermoPen MK4 in my comp box. I keep multiple thermometers in there because you never know when one's gonna go out, but I have not had a single issue with this Typhur InstaProbe. I absolutely love it, and you're going to see, like I said, over the next couple of videos, I'm gonna be putting it through its paces, showing you more and more on it. But yeah, I mean, I love that bright screen. It's especially nice at night. I don't really have to be shining a flashlight and seeing what it is like on some of these other ones. I can just see it. It's good in daylight. I don't have any faults about any of these really. Like I said, you can nitpick. I wish these were magnetic so I could just leave in places. This one is magnetic. I wish that this one had a rubber stopper here to catch the probe. That's probably my biggest gripe, but it's not a deal breaker by any means, especially with how well this thing works. So again, let me know down in the comments which thermometer you use and which one you think is the best. Now, these are not cheap options by any means, but I'm a firm believer in buy once, cry once. And like I said, if you take care of them, keep them clean, these are gonna last you a lifetime. There's no reason they shouldn't. So like I said, keep an eye out in the next few weeks. We're gonna be putting this Typhur InstaProbe through the paces, but I'm really digging this so far. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, stay safe, and we will see you next time.